Hey, Maria, back with another video. It's 2:30 p.m. It is July 25th, Sunday afternoon, and I decided to come on here and make a verbal video. This morning, I would say early, late this morning, all the way to just a few minutes ago, I was working on my PowerPoint video for my other channel. And I was a little frustrated with how it was going, mainly because I like I said, I'm kind of an amateur at making videos, and I wasn't really happy with some of the images that I was using. And then of course, like when you're doing your voices, you're recording your voice. There's times where you like stutter out of nervousness, and you do it a few different times, and then so I've spent a pretty good time on this video, and then it didn't quite end the way that I want it to. So I'm not finished with that video. I have to revisit it and do some more work on it. But so I was a little frustrated today, but because I'm the kind of person, I just want to make everything as good as it possibly can, and I get kind of frustrated when things don't turn out the way that I want it to, which is normal. But it's just actually my drive to want to do well, So this video is called Focus because that's what my life is, what I'm seeking to do in my life now. I'm trying to focus on other things in my life after my life pretty much got plowed over by a bunch of irresponsible people that I choose to forget in my life. So, but that is it. I do enjoy talking about issues relating to the paranormal. So I'm really excited about these video ideas, and I have them all listed out on in my book. I'm just trying to make them into reality, actual videos that I want to discuss. And I don't want to bring up the targeting individual issue too much today, or really anymore at all in my life, but I was thinking about how during somebody being trafficked or targeted, they try to erase certain qualities in you, whether they feel in competition of these or threatened by these qualities. They try to basically bring you down to their pathetic level. So they thought that they could possibly change me in ways where I wouldn't be interested in my psychic abilities or my interest in the paranormal. This is who I am. I mean, I'm like 100% basically spiritual person. Of course, I do have interest on the earthly plane because I have to survive in it. But mainly, I would say I do have a huge interest in things that we don't see. So going back to my channel, I am pretty excited about it. And there's going to be some topics that I'm going to be covering that are of great interest to me. And I know that sometimes when people don't understand things, they tend to persecute it. But do understand that we are living here in the United States, and there's going to be times where you interact with people who may not be the same religion as you. They may not come from the same background as you. They may not have the same views, not just on religion, but they could have different views on other things like politics, which oftentimes politics and religion do go hand in hand in some way. But it could be a preference for music. It could be a preference for the kind of movies, a style of dress. It could be preferences for the color that you want to paint your house or whatever. And there's going to be people in your life who are going to disagree with you. But I have a different view in life than I would say the majority of people. And I've never tried to create controversy of my views. I just try to live my life. And so, but there are going to be times where you do face opposition, and you're going to deal with people who are not able to act properly. They may not know social etiquette. They may not know the law. They might be terrorists, much like the people that I used to know, or they could just be ignorant, thoughtless people who are incapable of thinking about anyone's needs other than themselves. But my thing is that, I believe in fulfilling your dreams, whatever they may be, as long as they are not harming other people, meaning they're not depriving other people of their free will. I'm not stepping on anybody. I am just focusing on my own life, and which I have every right to do. And so I'm dealing with, of course, like I mentioned before, I still deal with issues relating to trauma or flashbacks, this last week I have really dealt with a lot of sleep issues. I don't know if it's related to that. I know that there's been times where I've gone through cycles, and this last week I did go through a very strange cycle of waking up around 3 o'clock in the morning and not being able to go back to sleep. Hopefully that'll change, and these things happen. But I'm not sure if it is pent up depression or pent up anger that I'm dealing with that's directly related to it. I know that there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about the abuse that I've had to deal with. There's not a day that goes by that I don't reflect on my need to, see justice done. Like, there's a part of me that wishes that these people would be hauled off to jail. There's a part of me that wishes these people would be off the earth altogether. But, there's only so much things I can control, okay? So there's a lot that I go through on a daily basis that I don't think bothers me, because when I lay down my head at night, and I close my eyes, I'm usually thinking about what I'm going to be doing the next morning, going to work or whatever. I try to focus on the present moment, but that subconscious mind has a mind. I mean, literally, it operates on its own, and things can regurgitate in your mind that you have no control over. And so I try really hard not to let that happen. Other than that, I am doing okay. I do deal with a lot of boredom. I do think that being on the weekends, I want to focus more on my new video channel is what I really want to do. And I'm hoping to connect with other people who share the love of the paranormal as much as I do, because this is my life. It is. I mean, and I had goals in what I call the secular world before all of this happened, and now I just feel like I'm completely all spirit. I know that sounds crazy, but this is what I am. And so, because I really didn't have much to care about on the outside world, and then you deal with these people and their evil hate crimes and blah 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 blah, and so you're just like, man, I'm really taking everything inward. But I will say this is where I'm very comfortable. So, I was thinking, and I'm not bringing up names or anything, but I do think that there needs to be more protection for targeted individuals, like I had mentioned before in my videos. And I was really seriously wondering about these organizations, like, the Department of Human Trafficking and stuff. What exactly do they do? Sure, you can report issues relating to human trafficking, but what do they do to support victims of trafficking? And that's what I'd like to know. So, I mean, if you have the ability to reach out to your local chapter of, Department of Human Trafficking or whatever, you can ask these questions. I was interested in asking these questions, but obviously, sadly, I believe that the branch that I was that located in my town were kind of ignorant of my situation, which I think is strange, but whatever. But anyhow, I would like to know, because really what these people need, not just women, but everyone who is dealing with being a trafficked or a victim of human trafficking, they need obviously protection, and they need protection from outside intrusion, mainly in the workplace. And so I personally think when a person takes steps to declare that they are a targeted individual or they're a victim of human trafficking, these organizations should intervene on their behalf, meaning like they should have some sort of discussions with wherever these people live. Like, they need to get involved with their landlords, they need to get involved with their employers, they need to a point of where they know that they are ensuring and really offering assistance. These people, some people are going to need shelter, some people have been rendered homeless because of their targeting. And so it's a very serious issue. So my thing is like, well, what are they really doing? Is it something you can just report and just log? If somebody reports this, does it get, because I've lost my faith in law enforcement. I can honestly tell you, I never had it before. I never had any faith in law enforcement, but seriously, it's like, what do people really do for victims other than give them like a maybe a box of food, or, maybe a few vouchers to sleep in a hotel at night. I mean, I don't know exactly what they do, but I would like to know, what do they do and how do they protect victims once they report that they are. So if you are in a position to check that out or whatever, I would love to hear what you have to say, or if you've ever contacted them yourself and received some sort of assistance from them, please let me know exactly what they do, because I would like to know. So yeah, that's my issue. But I deal with a lot of boredom. And there's days where as much as I look forward to going back into YouTube talking about paranormal issues, there's times where I don't feel like sitting in front of a computer recording my voice over and over and over again. So what else is there really for me to do? So yeah, I deal with a lot of boredom. And now that I've had all of this, there's times where I don't really find that sort of inner peace where you can just lay down and free your mind sometimes, because um, there's nothing there. Like when I used to go to sleep, I used to dream about my dreams, my focus, my goals, my aspirations, all these sort of things. And now I'm just, that could very well be reason why I'm not sleeping very well, because I don't have anything to think about. I don't have anything in my mind to think about, with the exception, of course, making more videos or whatever. I just feel like, my life is just at this standstill, and that, it just basically got ransacked, and there's really nothing else for me to focus on other than these little projects of mine, which, are cool, but still, I guess I just need more in my life. And so, it's not always easy to rebuild your life after something like this has happened. But, I wanted to come on here and make a video because I wanted to, I'm in a kind of a chatty mood right now. I was also a little frustrated about what happened about my video this morning, and didn't work out the way that I wanted it to. And it would be really nice, like if I met someone, a good friend who I could spend time with and talk to about these sort of things and do things together. Like, it would be great if I had a girlfriend who wanted to do paranormal studies, because I understand, I'm a firm believer in it. I don't believe that all messages that come through your mind, or through the dream state, or through meditation, or random, because that's really how they all happen, okay? Not all of them are prophetic in nature. Some of them are just mental ramblings or whatever, but I do try to keep track of them, okay? And it would be great if I did, like, conduct a study of these sort of things with another person and kind of share notes and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I'm always been around the wrong people, and I've always been around the wrong people, and so it's hard when you want to meet the right people, and sometimes, um, I get really frustrated, because I understand, I'm a genius, okay, and I don't like bringing that up, because it sounds like, it sounds, it can be offensive to some people, because people don't like you bringing up the obvious. But I will say, knowing that, though, there's so many things about me that kind of puts me apart from everybody else. And I think in some ways my previous perps is, I mean, I personally think it was a hate crime. It was a threat to my life, and I do believe that it was totally a hate crime. But some people, they have like Neanderthal thinking. They think that they can change a person. Like, they'll try to take somebody who has very high standards or traits, and then they will try to bring them down to like the basic human level, so that they could try to blend in. And meanwhile, this particular person is utterly miserable, because that is an impossible thing for them to do. I have my standards, and I have my beliefs, and I have my ideas, and I have my philosophies in life, and I need to find other free thinkers. And it's as simple as that. It's not going to make me happy or comfortable to be in a group with a bunch of traditionalists, and they're always going to try to change me, and I'm not ever going to try to change them. I'm just going to try to get as far away from them as I possibly can. And there's nothing wrong with tradition, but there are certain things that these particular groups of people did or believed that I cannot accept, period, okay? And it's also Neanderthal thinking to think that you have the right to do that and put in such systems in place. So I dealt with something that was barbaric and that most people should not have to deal with in 2021. It is, to me, shocking. And it disturbs me sometimes at night, you know, and I deal with it. I deal with it. The fact that I was a victim of a hate crime and that somebody would actually attempt to do what they did to me. And so that is enough to put me in one of those moods. It takes me back into the whole situation to where I get very upset, fretful, and like it disturbs me, you know. So I think it was an issue of being in a cult, you know. And also my new channel talking about the paranormal. I think it's important that I address these issues, which I will be making a video on this too. I know that there are some people who are uncomfortable with the gift of clairvoyance, or I call the special gifts within the ESP family, whether that, and I'm covering this in the video, whether that be clairvoyance, clairaudience, telepathy, telekinesis, one of those, any of those groups. Mainly because, you know, even within Christianity, there has always been some sort of debate, because there are some groups of Christians that believe that these gifts are still available to mankind today. Okay, a good example of that would be people who practice their faith in the Pentecostal religion. Okay, Pentecostals still believe that these miracles still occur here on this earth. Whereas like maybe a conservative Baptist may not believe in these modern day miracles, okay? And I do know that, you know, there has been scientific research into ESP, and a lot of it comes back inconclusive, mainly because psychic visions come at random intervals, okay? And they cannot be predicted, and they cannot be exercised or made to reveal themselves just at will. Most of the time, your thoughts come randomly, unexpected, and you know, or even it, yeah, just, you know, I cannot control that, okay? But one way of recording it, an issue before the incident actually occurs, is to journal them and keep track of these things. And that's one of the reasons why it would be really fun to work with another person on these issues. I personally believe 100% in psychic powers, okay? I do know that there's a lot of charlatans out there who, like those people that you call on those 1-900 lines and stuff like that. There's a lot of people who make a lot of money, deceive a lot of people, and literally take advantage of people on these issues. But you know, I would say that when it comes to religion, particularly Christianity, to me, when people debate or scoff at the idea of any sort of miracle, or being able to, some people have different gifts, not just psychic gifts. Some people have the gift of laying on hands on other people, healing, whatever. I believe that these gifts exist, okay? Not because of just pure faith, it's because I've experienced them myself. And so when I think of people who practice religion in like a in an orthodox style or whatever, you know, if they read their Bible, then I don't see how they couldn't. You know, even if they don't really believe that it's something that could be on the earth in today's world, they should understand that the entire faith is based on these sort of miracles and this spiritual realm that we live in, we coincide with. So anyway, you know, and so you know, so I want to make a video talking about, you know, why you know, people should not be persecuted for their beliefs, even though I know that that's always going to be the case. You know, people are always going to feel like they want to debate or criticize, persecute someone because of they believe in a different way. That's always going to happen. That's always going to be on the earth. And, you know, no matter what I do, people are always going to have an issue with me, okay? In one way or the other. And that's with everybody, okay? But I do want to focus on my channel and my views and my philosophies in life and how I see things. And then you hopefully attract other people who kind of relate to you in that way. So anyway, I guess that's pretty much really all I wanted to come in here and say. I think, you know, I struggle sometimes with like my mood, mainly because of the trauma that I've dealt with. Um, I have no interest in reconciling or forgiving those people who did what they did. I know some people would probably think, well, it's not that big of a deal. To me, it is. I mean, I literally am terrorized by the actions of certain people. And and I just want to find, and I know, like I said, because of my intelligence, because I'm a unique person, there's so many different things that put me apart from a lot of people that I know I fully understand that I am an individual that is very unique. Some people look at my race and they think, well, you're different from people of your race. Yeah, I am, but I'm still a black person. I just have different views or different interests, different likes that the majority of black people may not have. Okay, but still, I'm still a black person. I still have, and I can relate to other people regardless of their race, but still I do recognize that I have a unique personality. And because of this, it is very hard for me to find people that I click with. And I do believe that, but it's stupid, backwards, and totally retarded to think that, well, then change her so that she can, suppress her, who she is, so that she can fit into this particular group. I wasn't meant to fit in. I was meant to stand out. This is who I am. And I'm not doing it to be obnoxious. It's just that I accept people for who they are. And I do believe that, you know, because of um, that sort of abuse, it's, I can't even, um, I can't even think about it. It's so disturbing to me. Um, to expect someone to be forgiven for that. I don't think, when I think about forgiving people, I think you should try to forget it, but I don't think people deserve a second chance at being close to you or being a part of your life after they've done something like that to you. And I know people are going to disagree, but do understand, and this is a message to the community and other people who are around me. Um, you don't have any idea of what those feelings invoke inside of me. Like when I hear about these people or think about them, it literally makes me sick to my stomach. And I feel like I'm dealing with something dark and something evil. And that's just how I feel. And so, everybody has their feelings, everybody has things that triggers them. That's something that triggers me. Okay. And so anyway, that's one of the issues that I don't like dealing with, was people making issues into a group activity, and then you get people sticking their nose in your business where it doesn't belong. Um, and so yeah, I know. I'm a free thinker. I'm not a hellraiser, mind you. I'm not trying to shake up the social order. I am not trying to make people forget their traditions, change religions, or anything like that. I am specifically targeting my videos to people of like mind, and that's pretty much it. So anyway, I think I said pretty much everything I wanted to say. I might go back and work on my video today. I felt like I put in a lot of energy into my video, and trying to do things over and over and over again. And I still have a lot to cover on that video, but I tear myself apart a lot because, like I understand how to change slides. I understand doing the voices. I understand how to like do certain basic things with PowerPoint, but I know I'm always, and even though I'm kind of a novice at PowerPoint, I always tear myself down, even though I should be happy just to know and do as much as I possibly can, seeing as how I only took, what do you call it, those Udemy lessons, and I've never actually put PowerPoint into practical use. Like, when you think about Excel or Word or something like that, not only did you take lessons on it, but you put it into everyday practical use, okay? I don't put PowerPoint into everyday practical use, and this is something that I'm trying to do. I want to get more into my videos and make things more um, visually appealing. As not just that, I also want to make it more audio appealing as well, because sometimes my voice fluctuates in different scenes or whatever, and I also do want to make it, find the right appropriate images to use in my videos. And I really want people who subscribe to my new channel to provide feedback because, you know, I have the content, but am I presenting the content well? And I want feedback on what they think I could do better. And this is not, I think in this case where you're getting constructive criticism, like I realize I am not like an expert in this particular field of making these sort of videos, okay? Informative videos, okay? So I do know that if I was to write this like into like a book report form, that would be awesome because I've done that before. But when you're actually adding images, when you're actually using voices, when you're trying to illustrate certain things, I'm not an expert. So I humbly ask for feedback. I humbly ask for it and I respect it. That's not me putting myself down. Only a fool would not want to get advice from or think that they could, you know, go ahead and charge ahead. I don't feel that competent or comfortable in this yet. Okay. So, you know, that makes sense. But in other things in my life, you know, and I'm not saying I don't need help in other things in my life, but like when it came to like my job, my profession, what I was trying to do in my life, that I felt like that really threw me off. Okay, I'm not going to bring it up because I felt as though I knew enough to move ahead on my own. But anyway, I'm not going to bring that up anymore. So I'm going to change the subject. As a matter of fact, I think about ending this video is what I'm probably going to do. So I hope everyone is going to have a good what's left of the weekend, and I hope that you will be interested in subscribing to my new channel once I have it up and running, and I hope you guys have a good rest of the week. I'll be back with another video sometime later. Take care. Bye bye.